My mission as an author and host of Stars About Stars project is to bring society's attention to one of the most powerful and ancient science, that is astrology. I explore life of celebrities and famous people to show how nature can influence your birth potential and open it up during the life. I don't know why, but connection between personal potential and influence of such great elements as planets are lost nowadays, and ancient civilization really believed and used that knowledge for better. You can observe yourself that some life-changing events happen just because we are in the right place with the right people in the right moment. I do believe that losses from worldwide catastrophes and cataclysms can be minimized and reduced thanks to correct astrological research.
Should I get nervous or not? Guilty. And hats I could afford, I didn't like them. So who is your Milliner? I moved to London by accident. Funky monkeys and drinking cheetahs. Price is very difficult. I used to very undersell myself. She is the queen granddaughter. I've been raised in military family.
Hello, dear followers, Chile Life channel and me, Irene Lentiggini, we are greeting you. As people say, the thing is in the bag. And today we're going to discuss it with a fantastic woman with a very action craft, that is millinery, Anna Gilder. Hello, Anna.
Hi. Hello from London.
Hello from Los Angeles. So we continue, Anna. Today we have a very interesting interview. I hope it's going to be interesting for you, first of all, as my star guest, as my celebrity guest, because we do astrological investigation. On the base of your individual horoscope, it was created list of questions from me as a practicing astrologer and interviewer. Can we start?
Should I get nervous or not?
No, never nervous. You're a woman. Woman is a queen. We never have to be nervous. Nothing to be nervous about. Just interesting things and more treasure to find inside yourself.
Okay.
Okay, Anna. So we can start. You were born 10th of July, 1979. Is it correct?
Guilty.
Your date of birth corresponds to the Wheel of Fortune symbol. Okay. How did you come to such an amazing craft of your life? How did it happen to you?
To be honest, it was an accident. I used to work in a private banking, and then I moved from one country to another, then from another country back to UK, and I was working as a tourist guide. Part of it was going to lots of events, and UK events have to wear in hats. And hats I really liked, like Philip Tracy, I could not afford. And hats I could afford, I didn't like them. So I decided to make my own. And millinery is like a small niche, something, it is fashion, but it's not as traditional as well. It's not fast fashion, if you understand me. So I made my first hat to go to my friend's wedding about 6 years ago. And I had so many compliments like, wow, your hat is amazing. Who is your Milliner? I didn't even know word Milliner back then. So I was like, wow, maybe I should try more. So months later, my husband bought me Valentine's present, a workshop with very famous Milliner.
Wow, this is a husband? Compliments.
Yeah. So I went for 2 days workshop with zero skills, zero expectations. And I came out with 2 hats. I could have made more, but lady didn't let me make more. She said, no, you're starting, you shouldn't do more. So I liked it so much. So after a while, I bought lots of materials, lots of tutorials. I signed myself to St. Martin's.
Good. As I see through astrology reading, you're very fast to take decision and to move in the direction that you really want. Your month of birth carries the energy of chariot, passion for travel and quick decision making when it comes to moving. How did you move to London? And what is your favorite corner of the world?
I moved to London by accident again. I met my husband at the wedding in St. Petersburg. He made decision to come back a week later and ask me to marry him.
In a week?
Well, he actually asked next day, but we're telling everyone it's a week. So it doesn't sound too crazy.
And what is your favorite corner of the world where you would love to go?
Probably Italy is my favorite place. I've been in so many places in Italy and I would happy to go back anytime.
I wish you that after borders are open, and it's gonna come very, very soon in London, as I know, just in a week. Slowly, we are moving in the right direction. Your birth year corresponds to the tarot card Empress, who loves beauty and luxury. If not being a millionaire, tell me, what would be your passion for design? What would you love to create?
I like interiors. Right now, I've been renovating my house, so I'm kind of found passion for interiors right now. I do lots of reupholstery, and I started my new line of soft furnishing for house months ago. Sort of tablecloths, napkins, all kind of traditional, but with little bit twist, like traditional blue and white, sort of Hampton style, but with funky monkeys and drinking cheetahs and stuff like that.
I hope to become one day your client as well, and in London and in America. Your North Node is in Virgo. That gives you opportunity and your main karmic task to be very practical. Tell me, please, how you combine, Anna, to be creative and accurate, practical, materialistic on the same at the same moment. And my second question is how to identify the price for this piece of art that is hat.
Price is very difficult. I don't know. Most of the hats I make, they impractical, they piece of art. Have one to show you here. This one is a teacup which goes on your head.
So nice.
So it's not meant to be practical, but it's meant to be comfortable and draw lots of attention on a race course. I'm actually not very practical person, to be very honest. If I was, I wouldn't have hundreds of high heels in my wardrobe, but wearing flats every day.
No, I mean, you're a designer. Passion for design is a creative person. So we are all a little bit flying in the sky, but to sell your hats, you should be very concrete, down to earth, and materialistic, because it corresponds to your karma task, by the way. So how do you combine it being creative and being practical? How do you define the price of your hat?
Actually, today I had a talk with one client and she was saying, oh, why is this expensive? And, I could get it cheaper. So I'm kind of stick to my guns for first time probably. And I said, well, that's your choice. But you pay in here not for materials, you pay in for my time, for art, you pay in for my knowledge, something I create. So I used to very undersell myself for many years, and I think last year I started to stick to my ground and say, no, this is actually my price and I'm not gonna lower it. I know my self-worth. I spent years to perfecting my skills, to study. I spent lots of time and money to study, to self-study, to go to different courses. I had workshops with lots of famous people as well. So now I'm kind of, for first time, I started to finally feeling like you know what, I could ask my price and, you know, and be proud of what I did.
I have another question to you. Tell me, please, before that, did you sell or did you give a lot of for free your pieces of art?
Absolutely. In the beginning, it was like 99% went for free to friends, to influences, to, I don't know, exhibitions, etc.
And you are giving, not even selling, you're offering your energy and your fantastic, unique vision, and you're blessed from the God. So when we are selling something, we have always to remember that. In case you can choose one person all over the world, maybe it's a queen or maybe somebody else who is in your mind, to whom you would love really to make a gift and to give your very special hat.
I don't mind giving gifts, not just one person, but few different persons.
Let's say
I
maybe
don't-
actress, maybe somebody famous, or maybe somebody important for you, for your heart.
Somebody, if it's celebrity, I like somebody interesting but bit down to earth. I like Princess Eugenie in UK. She is the queen granddaughter. She is very down to earth. She was born royal, but I love her. I love her style. She is very simple. She understated luxury, as you say about goods, but you can't really say about princess. And she does lots of charity work for great causes, for supporting women.
So let's hope one day it's gonna come. Dreams always come true at the right moment.
Yeah, I hope so.
Anna, your Pluto in your horoscope gives you extra power, internal power, I mean. Did your rigor make you trendsetter? Did this internal sunshine help you to become really innovator in your industry?
I am trying to be, but I know there is some great people out there. In time, I will be there.
Now, looking at your head, I understand is that you are, just as I told at the beginning, that creative people, not always, they're so much connected to the God that sometimes they forget to be super practical down to earth. So maybe today it's life-changing point for that, because we know that it's your karmic task.
Maybe. Let's hope so.
100%. So the atmosphere through horoscope reading in your childhood was a little bit maybe strict or disciplined. What did you get from your parents? And what is your main feature from your mother and father? What do you think?
Discipline is for sure. I've been raised in military family. My father was super strict, and my mom, she was very creative. So she was designer, so probably got design part from my mom and work ethics from my father. I actually did quite a few hats for kids. I would become politician. It's like a fashion week for hats. I changed my job. Oh my God, what have I done? So maybe after this, I change high heels. I tried to play with new materials. Before I was just some girl who tried to make hats. Did you ever had a fancy hat for racing event? Oh, no, this is too crazy. I'm not gonna try this.
Кожна господиня має власний особливий секрет приготування смачних страв. Мій особистий секрет – це олія Данкен. Вміст олеїнової кислоти в олії Данкен вищий за оливкову. Корисні й унікальні споживчі властивості олії допомагають зберегти первинний смак усіх інгредієнтів моїх страв. А мої страви – це справжні сімейні цінності, що передаються від матері до доньки, від дочки до онуки та до праонуки. Українська високоолеїнова олія Данкен.
Це во!
And what about your own children? Because as I see through astrology reading, Neptune is in 5th house of horoscope. It means that you're a fantastic mother, but you can be make a deal with adopted child as well, or maybe children of your partner. Does it relate?
Yes, I'm actually do. I have couple kids I'm taking care of, not adoptive, but they study in UK, and I'm looking after them while they're in UK.
Wow, so astrology works.
Yeah.
You're taking care a lot. And what about creation hats for kids? Did you think about that?
I actually did quite a few hats for kids. I have my beautiful model Emily. She's my friend daughter. She's a very special girl. She's got autism, but she's very beautiful, and she is my child model. She's perfect. She's always beautiful, and she's done lots of photo shoots for us as well.
Your Mercury and Jupiter are located in Leo zodiac, and they give you a fantastic ability to speak, to convince people in your point of view. If you could find another talent for yourself, what would you choose?
I would become politician.
Wow, that is ambition. Your aspects of Mars in 2001 and 2002, a period of hard work. What did happen at that time?
I was finishing my university, met my husband.
So beautiful.
Moved to London.
So astrology sees it very well, your life changing period. Tell me, please, there is in London or Great Britain some kind of shows for hats, or maybe museums for hats?
We actually started, not me started, but a few years ago, a few people started London Hat Week. It's like a fashion week for hats. And
Wow.
every year they arrange fashion show and hat exhibition. I participate few times. Last year I didn't because of the COVID. They canceled few times. I was supposed to hold workshops. Now I could hold workshops. Before I used to go to them. Now I'm starting my own. But unfortunately, because of COVID, I had to cancel all my events. But next year, I don't know when it's gonna be. It's not announced yet. Hopefully, I will participate in all events.
By the way, you told me about your clients who are not always, not everybody is satisfied with the price, but that's okay. But you have aspects of Venus and Pluto in 2010, 2011, and there could be some conflicts in relationship based on mutual finances. Did you have some kind of challenging discussions by that moment? And what happened at all?
I changed my job. I used to work in banking.
Wow.
And we moved to UK. And
here we are.
There was some challenges, definitely.
Great, good to know. Aspects of Saturn in the same, almost the same period, 2011, 2012, the period of emotional depression, or maybe some difficulties in relationship with parents or some influential people, figures, especially women. How to bear emotions of the clients.
To be honest, I can't really remember what I was doing back then.
Okay, and my second question, maybe you see the person. How do you know exactly what this client needs?
I don't. I usually ask my clients to bring dress. So we could, it's as a starting point, because for women, it's very important to feel comfortable in a dress. So I'm asking my client to go and buy dress, whatever color it is, whatever style, as long as they feel very comfortable in it. So I could match any hat, I create hat for that dress. Sometimes it backfires on me. Sometimes they bring dress and I'm thinking, oh my God, what have I done? Is so many colors or patterns.
What's your favorite color, Anna?
I like green.
Green, me too, I love it.
Green is my
Emerald green.
favorite. Yeah, emerald green is my favorite. Maybe second one, maybe fuchsia pink and red.
Aspects of Venice in 2013 give you some maybe turbulent period as well. What happened by that time, and who are heroes for your hats? How do you come to the creation of your idea?
I didn't make my hats in 2013 yet. I started them making 6 years ago. But this turbulent period in 2013, my son had really bad accident, and he changed a lot in our life back then. So maybe after this, I changed perspective of things, change my job. I think it was starting point when I start, changing my occupation.
Thank you so much for sharing. Aspects of Uranium in 2015 and 16 give you a strong wish for personal freedom. What is the symbol of your soul? What is the symbol of freedom for you?
High heels.
No, I mean not. That's very feminine answer. That's very feminine answer. Not spiritual, very concrete. High heels.
High heels.
High heels. So okay. But what happened 2015-16? What astrology says about that? What is a wish for freedom? What is this?
I was working as a personal stylist back then, and this is when I started to making my hats as well on the side as a hobby. First, I started as a hobby. It never started as a business. It was always hobby, and slowly it's growing into business. So my main job was styling back then.
Wow, nice. But the thing is that I don't love this word problems, but aspects of potential problems in your professional activity by that time, 15, 16. Is it true? That's why you started to do hats apart? You weren't satisfied already?
No. As I said, I started hats because I wanted to make them for myself rather than anything else, to be honest. And then I post few on Facebook, and people asked me if they could buy them, which was shock for me because I never actually made them for sale. I made them for myself. I tried to play with new materials, and people start asking to buy. So I think this is when I started my shop, opened my shop, online shop.
So Anna, and have you ever been thinking about creation your special school to deliver knowledge to other people?
Yes, I'm actually working on it right now.
Really? So I'm really interested.
I am planning to, when lockdown ends, I'm planning to start slowly from small workshops, and potentially I have idea for the school.
What about 17 and 18? I see a life-changing, another life-changing period in your life, maybe with some, like upsets or some transformational moments inside yourself. Does it relate? What happened by that time?
I think I was still working as a stylist. I think I was doing very good progress actually, this 17, 18. And I finally found myself in hats. I started to call myself Milliner. Before I was just some girl who tried to make hats.
2080, a battle for high social position. What important events happened by that time, and who is hero? I do repeat my question now, of your hats.
I don't dedicate them for somebody. I make hats for women. Every woman is special, so every woman deserves her own hat and being, worshipped and adored in it. When they wearing hat, it's very special experience. I don't know if did you ever had a fancy hat for racing event?
Unfortunately not, but I hope I'm gonna have it.
Yeah, you should try, because I have not one, quite a few ladies who comes for the hut for first time ever. And I'm always asking, what kind of hut you want, small, big, what's event. And they usually start from, I want some really small to obey dress code, because in England is very strict dress code for racing events. Hut should be no smaller than this, no clothes, you should be covering your shoulders, no short skirts, it have to be very classy. So when they come and said, oh, I'm just going with my office, so I need to obey rules. Okay, so they always start in small. And I said, well, if you wear this, you try this. I said, oh, no, this is too crazy. I'm not going to try this. Just try. And I said, in this, you will get a lots of attention. People would come to you on a racetrack and they would say, you look lovely. And in the end, they always leave with big and crazy hat. And next day after races, usually send me message saying, Anna, I never had so many compliments in my entire life as I had yesterday. People smiling, people stop asking to take picture. And this happens all the time.
Anna, when you were as astrologist at 30 years old, Mars points energy to family and properties. That is interesting. Have you ever dreamt of creation your own fashion house? Because you mentioned exhibition.
Every designer dreams to creating their own fashion house. I don't think I will create house or shop in the stone, because climate is not good, economic climate is not good. But I'm slowly working towards it. I always say I don't want to say like I'm definitely having this, because I don't know, maybe we meet in 5 years time and I'm gonna do something completely different, not even hats. I had my first son. It was simple life back then in the Soviet Union, Work for Dior would be nice. Sometimes you could do simple hat for a few years. I have one very interesting meeting, this Ikra Zamorskaya, foreign caviar. The guest of honor was Prince Michael of Kent.
Кожна господиня має власний особливий секрет приготування смачних страв. Мій особистий секрет – це олія Данкен. Вміст олеїнової кислоти в олії Данкен вищий за оливкову. Корисні й унікальні споживчі властивості олії допомагають зберегти первинний смак усіх інгредієнтів моїх страв. А мої страви – це справжні сімейні цінності, що передаються від матері до доньки, від дочки до онуки та до праонуки. Українська високоолеїнова олія Данкен.
Це во!
23 years old, aspects of moon gives you extra feelings. What happened by that period of life? And what was your dream? And did it come true or not yet?
When I was 23?
Yes.
I had my first son. When I was 23. So I think I had my house, my first house, my firstborn son. I don't think I was thinking about career back then. I wanted to be housewife.
And 21 years old, your Venus is in Leo. That gives you financial status and your relationship. And probably it was a marriage?
I met my husband when I was 21. But
It was your relationship aspect worked out.
Yeah.
And by the age of 6 years old, you have aspects of Venus that gives some changes in your family. Tell me, please, what is your most unforgettable memory from the childhood?
I don't know. I have lots of memories from my grandparents. they used to have beautiful house in the south with a big garden. And every summer we were going there. And I think it was just highlight of my year, coming from Siberia to south and have this lots of space. As I lived in a village, so we have space. We could go anywhere we want. It was simple life back then in the Soviet Union, you know. We had fruits, strawberries, cherries, and we were happy. We didn't need anything else. To see your relatives, that was good times.
I think now we are coming back to these basic things. Connection with
so.
wild nature,
Yeah.
connection with family, and with our inner child, adult.
Definitely. I'm already
and parent.
planting tomatoes in my garden in London, so.
So, wow, that's amazing. Anna, 34 years old, Jupiter gives expansion of your activity. What is that step in your life?
I become tourist guide, and I created my new programs and new tourist routes, this kind of things. I created fashion tourism for myself. I don't know, maybe it did exist before me, but I kind of built it
Innovator
myself
in this field.
and built my client base on it as well.
Beautiful. By the age of 32, you have an aspect of new agreements and contract. What is contract of your dream?
Work for Dior would be nice.
You see, you have it inside yourself. It came out very fast.
I'm
agree.
just big fan of
mind.
Dior. And I met
Me
Stephen
too.
Jones many times. He makes hats for Dior. He might retire one day. I hope not soon. I wish him well. I really like him, but who knows? When he is retired one day, maybe I could get there somehow.
Anna, but 32, what was a new contract, new agreements? What was that moment in your life?
Can't remember now. It was so many things going on. Because we've been living, we lived in Cyprus for a while, and I think 10 years ago we moved back to UK. So it was lots of things happening. I changed my job, I changed, my habitat. It was interesting.
But what is the most difficult thing in creation of hat?
Most difficult stage is to create something you made up in your mind.
Wow, I
because
understand.
sometimes you sort of have image in your head, but you need to produce it in some kind of materials, and sometimes it's difficult. Some hats you could do in one day, very difficult hats. Sometimes you could do simple hat for a few years because it's just not working.
Anna, just another feminine question to you. You have an aspect of Venus and Uranus going in square. That is the stress aspect, but it gives you a big wish, real wish to spend money. So tell me, please, what is your favorite field to spend money on?
I like to buy shoes. I have lots of them. Bags is the second best. And lately I spent lots of money on antique porcelain. I always liked it, but since house renovation, I've got really into it, and I started buying lots of nice antique plates and vases and you name it.
You have fantastic background. Compliments for that. Very unusual.
That's my wallpaper. It was long process to choose wallpaper. I order a lot of different and send them back. This is by artist. She's Norwegian, I think something Scandinavian, but she works in London. Christiane S. Williams. So it is different. I like things which have some kind of history or handmade, not mass-produced items. So I started buying lots of antiques lately.
It's nice to know that you're a collector as well, because our hobbies show up our inside world and our real interest. Thank you so much. And actually, your answer was very close to my final question to you, because you have a talent, you have an aspect of meeting very unusual people. So I wanted to know what is the most unreal and interesting acquaintance in your life.
Quite a few people. I met lots of designers. I used to go a lot to fashion weeks, so I met lots of designers and models. I have one very interesting meeting. I accidentally met Prince Michael of Kent once. He is a cousin of our Queen of England. I went to doctor appointment and I had 1 hour to kill. So I saw big advert. There is an exhibition of Russian artists, and we have lovely tea room in our building. So I thought, well, this is two of my favorite things, you know, exhibition. I like art. And it was about Russia, about St. Petersburg exhibition, and a tea room. So I went there. It was December, it was very cold. I was wearing fur jacket. And the girls on the door said, you know, shall we take your jacket? Come inside, please. I thought, this is good service for free exhibition. So I saw exhibition and somebody invited me upstairs. And upstairs was like a party. And they asked me which newspaper I represent. And I understand that now I'm party crusher. I didn't realize it was opening night. So I said, actually, I'm a blogger. So I put my name down and I was standing there. I didn't know anyone. So some old man came to talk to me and he said, you know, what's this food? And it was Russian food. So I started explaining, this is that. There was caviar from eggplant. You know, in Russia, we have this story about this ikra zamorskaya, foreign caviar. So I started explaining him history of this dish. And he said, this is very peculiar. You must stay with me. I really like you. You're very simple to talk and very funny. So I spent about half an hour with this man chatting, and then like a Cinderella, my alarm clock said I have to go to my appointment. So next day I saw in newspapers that was this opening night for this Russian exhibition, and the guest of honor was Prince Michael of Kent.
Wow.
And I was like, oops.
No, I think that he really appreciated your normal, respectful attitude and the sun shining inside of you, because energy, you know, the power of energy. So we attract what we give to this world. Anna, I really thank you so much, first of all, for your energy, first of all, for your beauty, first of all, for your women's position, being a mother, and after all the rest, all your dreams were heard by God and by your husband and came true. I always summarizing our discussion, our astrological investigation, I give a gift from my side because I calculate what is the best mineral for you according to your data of birth. And as you told me, you love green, and it's always a reason for everything subconsciously, because your mineral is emerald.
Yeah.
Which makes stronger
My
friendships
favorite.
and love relationship. Yes. I wish you to be that light warrior, to be number one in your profession, to be number one all over the world, and to meet really good people around you. I'm thanking you from Chile Live channel, that is my platform, from Stars About Stars project, and from myself. And I always ask my star guest, we have such a rule to give pass to SAS, to invite another celebrity guest. Do you have somebody in your mind who you would love to invite to my show?
Her name is Ulvia. She is an amazing woman. She is the wife of Azerbaijani ambassador to UK, but she's created women's women's club in UK to support women's businesses, to support mothers, and she does amazing job in UK. So I think I nominate her.
Thank you so much. So I waited for contact, and I'm wishing you the wonderful continuation of your day in London.
Thank you.
Sending you love, respect, and my faith in your craft from Los Angeles.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you. Bye-bye.